Piez. Dr. Friday?
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
I
to
heard
meet you.
such good things about you. I had a friend of yours, at least I hope he's a friend of yours, Dr. Johnson from Jamestown.
Right,
he had
right.
given me this card of introduction because he couldn't be here personally, and thought you'd appreciate knowing about a program we set up for him, and it's directed to the 25 to 45 age group.
Okay.
And like he said, most optometrists, when they hit 35, 40, those eye muscles start weakening, and it's their prime target market.
Right. Well,
He
come
said,
on in
man,
and
when you
have a
get to Mower City, please see my buddy. You know.
Yeah, I know him well.
Thank you. Now, pull this chair up.
Sure, go right ahead.
I'll just pull it up right here. I noticed these when I came into your office. I noticed here you. Is that your husband?
Mm-hmm.
Is he a fisherman?
Yeah, he is.
Man, now that is a nice try. I love to fish.
Really?
That's my passion. You don't fish, do you?
No, I'm not the fisherwoman.
You're like my wife. She don't care.
Stays out of the boat.
Exactly.
That's right. That's right.
But are you hometown girl or born
and
and
raised here? Right.
Awesome. That is great. So I guess you. How many years have you been in practice?
About 15.
Man, that's wonderful. Well, I guess you wonder why I'm here. Basically, it's just like Dr. Johnson was telling me. One of the best ways he had found to reach, a potential patient or even just a friend in general, is if he could reach them to that child or grandchild. Wouldn't you agree? Well, what we do is we've developed a very powerful book entitled The Little People's Guide to the Big World. And if you notice here, it says Parent-Child Edition. So, obviously, Dr. Friday, this is self-explanatory. You're not just targeting the 25 to 45-year-old parent, but also the child, which is 4 or 5. And if you open the book, it kind of gives the purpose of this gift, and I don't want to bore you or anything. I just want to read you this one little part.
Okay.
It says, a word to parents, teachers, and children. It says, growing up today can be like walking through a minefield. Children are faced with disturbing obstacles like peer pressure, molestation, substance abuse, broken homes, and a host of potential disasters. And Dr. Friday, this is the whole key to our program. It says prevention is paramount, says Trevor Romaine, author of this book. Children who know about a problem in advance can deal with situations better than children taken by surprise. And basically, your response is, we care and want to help. Now, we've had the opportunity of, we sent this across the United States to different organizations just to get their comments. And we have one with a group called Up With People. They sung at the Super Bowl. Maybe some people have heard them. Well, their quote was, this book speaks to children at their level about many subjects of which adults are often lost for words. And everything in this book, Dr. Friday, is geared toward family. And can you imagine a child, when they receive this, how personal it would be if they could put their own fingerprints, identifying marks, school picture, and babysitter information.
Okay.
Yeah, we want it to mean as much of that parent as it does to the child that receives it. But what makes this book so powerful is just look at the contents of this book. Take a moment and just read. And I know you said you had a couple children, I think you said 12 and 15. See if any of those topics you've had to talk to them or discuss anything with them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then of course I noticed glasses here too. That's a
Well, we put that one in there specifically for your
For me.
for your group. And take a moment and just, if you don't mind, turn to that poem, Glasses. And the reason I say that, I want you to see how good this author is that wrote this.
Oh yeah, that's really good. That's good.
And one of my favorites, all-time favorites, is manners. I know children nowadays, everybody says, man, that's one thing they're lacking. But just take a moment, if you would, just read my favorite one. It's on page 11. Is it 11?
I just found it over there. Yeah, often a lot of times parents forget to tell their kids about stuff like that too.
Exactly. Now, to show you the marketing aspects of this service, Dr. Friday, turn to the very back of the book. We'll talk about this right here. Okay. And just take a moment and read that. It starts with you in that circle and ends with you.
Okay.
Now that's a direct statement right into these homes saying, hey, look what Dr. Friday did for your child. And basically it says you should always remember what you do to other people will come back to you, and what goes around comes around. And I know your mom's told you that once
yeah.
or twice. And we'd hope if they ever need to, you know, a pair of glasses, and think about it, if nobody in your family's ever had an optometrist and they go to the yellow pages, it's just to pick out the yellow pages. Where this is something you show a genuine concern for their child, and you'd hope that that might make a little difference there with them. And the way we introduce your business or professional name is we have this powerful trying to find it, Dr. Tabitha. I think I left it out there in the car. Now here it is.
Sound like me.
We have this sponsor page that we laser inscribe in calligraphy the names and addresses of the local business and professional people that provide this gift. And there's two things you'll notice about this. One is we give you an exclusive in the area as far as an optometrist. And two, you don't get lost with 15 or 20 other people. We just limit this to friends and associates. And the way we introduce your practice, just take a moment and read that message at the very top of this page.
Okay.
Now, where this page goes is just as important as the page itself. If you turn to page 4 or 5 here, and basically that's the content page.
Okay.
Now we're going to take this page and we're going to put it in, insert it right here, directly across from the table of contents. So every time the parents go to look up a particular topic, and you know, me being in here with you, you know, you already went back to it 2 or 3 times in a short 1 minute. They go back and, you know, over the years, I don't know how many times, but every time they go back, they have to see your name over and over and over again. It's some of the best name recognition you could ever want to have. And so many times, optometrists like your friend, even, they said, Jim, we love doing things in the community, we love reaching these families, but we like to know when things are appreciated and whether we're getting a response and feedback from things we do. So we have a letter we send home with the book to all the children's parents.
Oh, okay.
And it just in a nice way explains why you're doing the program. And inside here, we have little 3x5 self-addressed cards with your name and address on them. And there's 2 reasons, Dr. Friday, we do this. One, it lets these parents know who gave their child the gift, if they'd like to turn it around, where you're located, but if they'd like to turn it around and say thank you, we provide them a convenient way to write you back.
Okay.
And this was a gentleman in another area that sent us some of his little cards that he had gotten back, and we made photocopies of them, just to show you some of the typical type feedbacks and responses that you would receive.
Okay. Is there a good percentage of people who send those cards back?
It varies, but even the ones that don't write you, you know, they share the same sentiments. But this gentleman said, you know, it meant as much to him coming from the children as it did from the parents and the grandparents. But it's just like Dr. Johnson said, you know, anytime somebody would actually take the time like this to sit down and write you a personal letter to tell you thank you for a gift you've given their child or grandchild, man, they're bound to have a good impression of you.
Just one, that's like almost getting 100 back, you know.
Exactly.
For people to take the time to sit down and write that out.
And one thing, we just came up with this idea, and we want you to get some good feedback on the program. And you know, so many times I think parents nowadays don't have a stamp handy. So we came up with this email card.
Oh, yeah, because we're all into email,
right? So basically it says, the following is a list of email addresses for the sponsors who made this book available for your daughter. Your comment on this gift will be greatly appreciated, either by postcard supplied or by email. Okay. And it has your email address. So we hope that would help, you know, a little bit with some people.
So
but even the ones,
a card or an email.
Exactly. Okay. But you know, you don't get one from everybody, obviously. But you know, it makes that impression with everybody because this book will be in the homes for years and years to come. Okay. And we also have letters we send. We're just trying to reach as many people as we can for you, Dr. Friday. The principal at the school gets one, the teachers, teacher's aide, and the school secretary. Okay. And the reason we've included these folks are they're potential customers, but they come in contact with so many of the other young families. We're just trying to reach as many people as we can for you in a very nice, professional manner.